Hello, I'm Brian Betts, superintendent here in Robbinsville. Today I'm joined by our board member, Jay Galati, and one of our high school teachers, Anupama Bengal. We're going to talk about Diwali. For the first time next year, we will be celebrating Diwali on our district calendar, so we thought we would have a discussion about just what it is. So I've asked Jay and Anupama to join me today to answer some questions and talk about Diwali. So Jay, maybe start us off. What is Diwali?
Diwali is actually one of the biggest holidays for Hindus. You know how Christmas is for Christians, Diwali is for Hindus, and it's the biggest holiday as it pertains to from a religious perspective. In addition to that, it's also known by the name Deepavali, and I know Anupama is going to talk a little bit more about what Deepavali is. But in essence, it is truly triumph of victory over evil. It is when we celebrate knowledge over ignorance and good over evil, and believe it or not, it's celebrated over 1 billion people over the world. So that's in essence Diwali.
Fantastic. And who celebrates Diwali?
So it's not just Hindus in India. India has many different religions. So so Hindus celebrate Diwali. Jains also do. Sikhs do, and Buddhists, I believe, from Nepal. Not all Buddhists, just Buddhists in Nepal also celebrate Diwali. And each of these religions celebrate it for a different reason. But and actually, Hindus in different parts of India celebrated for different reasons as well. So northern Hindus from northern India celebrated for a different reason than the Hindus in southern India. But the theme that kind of goes through all of these different celebrations is what Jay mentioned, the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness. So that's the theme that sort of kind of is carried through all of these different types of celebrations.
And when I've done some research on it, and a neighbor of mine used to celebrate it as well, and he would pour sand into this brightly colored, very decorative design on his front porch, and he would have candles in it, and bright colors and light. Is that how you celebrate Diwali?
Yeah, so that's called a rangoli, and the more artistic you are, the more beautiful your rangoli. Mine tend to be not that great. So I'm a better science teacher than I'm an art teacher. So,
Okay.
But yeah, they do make some very beautiful, intricate patterns, and then sometimes there are tea lights or little oil lamps that decorate the rangoli as well.
Right. So how else do you celebrate Diwali?
There's so many ways. For us, it truly starts on the first day of Diwali is, for this year it's actually Tuesday, where a lot of families, again, I'm from the north part of India, right? And Anupama mentioned it's celebrated so many different ways. We actually that day go out and buy something of significance. So in India, and even across the world, what people would do is they would buy gold, they would buy silver, anything of significance to that. How about you, Anupama? Do you do the same, or?
Yes, so I don't actually do it, but yes, I do know that's what I'm supposed to do. That's supposed to be a very auspicious day for purchasing expensive things like gold,
Right.
silver, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So
Now, it's also called the Festival of Lights, or Celebration of Lights. I know in other religions, lights mean a rebirth or a renewal, and darkness means death, the opposite. I would assume Diwali is a celebration of life over death. Do I have that right?
So the main day of Diwali, which is the third day, occurs on the night of the new moon. So it's, there is no moon to brighten the sky at all, and so it's extreme darkness, and so the whole idea is, darkness sort of invites evil, and so you light these lamps and put them in every corner of your house to kind of ward away the evil, and
Okay.
so in that sense, it's the triumph of light over darkness.
And just to add on to that, again, so it's exactly the same way, but if you look at some of the folks in North India, they would say, same exact thing, but it's to welcome one of the Indian gods, Ram, who is coming back after 14 years in exile, back to his land. And it's basically creating, hence the Deepavali, it's those clay lamps, it's a path of light, so welcoming back from exile and making this huge celebration. That's another story. And I think that's the beauty of this holiday. It could be viewed in so many different ways, and it kind of goes back to what is meaningful to you But if you look at the overall essence, it is truly, the victory of good over evil.
Sure. We had talked before, and you talked about the Trinity. Could you explain that a little bit more?
So when I was talking about the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, right?
Yeah.
In the overarching religion within the Hinduism, it's the trinity of the creator, the maintainer, and the destroyer. And the destroyer is the destroyer of evil. So in this scenario, Lord Ram, who is that maintainer, is someone who's basically gone to exile, fought evil, and is now coming back into his homeland, his home area. And then people are celebrating that victory over evil, and pretty much welcome him back to his homeland, and hence the way of lights and the diyas. Diyas is basically the lamp.
Fantastic. As you were talking about that, we are all different religions, but there are so many similarities between our religions. And as you study religion, you realize that we have more in common than we do differences. And I think that binds us together, or should bind us together as a society. So
Absolutely.
if I wanted to celebrate Diwali, how would I go about doing that?
Well,
An easy way would just be lights. Put up some string lights, or
Okay.
or tea lights. That would be, that seems to, we use those to celebrate so many different religions, and so this would be a very easy way to do it.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Put up lights, buy new clothes.
Okay,
What
that
else?
sounds good.
Food?
Eat food.
Go for
I mean,
Always
right?
food.
I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and I'm like, think of Diwali as a combination of Christmas. There's a religious aspect of it. Thanksgiving, because it is truly a day of giving thanks. It is a day of being thankful for what you have, giving to other people who don't have, right? So that day we celebrate it by giving gifts. A lot of people do a lot of charity, right? And also we go to each other's houses. Like I know Diwali day is a crazy day for me because I'm running around giving boxes of sweets to our neighbors and friends, and also feast. So that's the Thanksgiving element of it. And it's like the 4th of July. Why? Because we're truly celebrating by doing fireworks, by firecrackers. I mean, on Diwali day, if there was a NASA image being depicted, you'll probably see India lit up because of the amount of fireworks that they have. Probably a lot of
Yeah.
pollution as well, but what else?
That sounds like you covered it all. Yeah, it's just something that people look forward to. Hinduism, those who celebrate look forward to all year, and it truly is just a very joyful time of year.
Sounds terrific. All right, thank you both. Greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you've learned more about Diwali. I know I have. And we'll see you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.